I'm Sir Bullet William III.
And I am Chris.
Today we'll be talking about
GTA 5, obviously. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll go back here. We're actually going to be talking about
the new Smash Bros. Demo that both of us got a free access code to.
So if you were a member of Club Nintendo and you were Platinum between like June 30th of last year up until sometime this year, select Platinum members got early access to the demo for the new Smash Bros. Coming out on October 3rd for the 3DS.
Yeah, Nintendo actually sent selected people emails with 4 access codes, so not just you yourself can get the demo for Smash Brothers, but 3 of your friends as well. So you can battle each other multiplayer too.
So, we mentioned we had 4 codes, and I happen to have 1 code left, so if you give this video at the end, give it a like, subscribe to Sir Bullet Williams' channel, we'll have 1 code to give away that we'll select from the people that like and comment. So, let's get into talking about the demo that we've both been playing for a little bit.
Demo's really great so far.
So good.
So far, there's only a certain amount of characters that you could play as.
Yeah, 5 total.
You have Mario, Link, Pikachu, Mega Man, and the Villager.
Mm-hmm. So Mega Man and Villager obviously being the 2 new ones. That's the ones I started playing as just because, you know, I've already played the other ones for Brawl and I wanted to just get my hands on the new stuff like right away. So
yes, especially with Mega Man, that's the first character that I went right to.
Same here.
There's so much hype with that character, and at first I was a little uneasy. Then once you get used to Mega Man, he's great. Yeah, he's just a great character.
Yeah, and to comment, like just on, not even just on Mega Man, but in general, things seem very, I mean, from the limited experience we got, things seem very well balanced in terms of even just the 5 characters that are there so far. And with Mega Man, like, all the hype he got was very well founded. He's really fun to play. He's really, like, he's not too fast, too slow. He's really in the middle. Yeah. It's a good balance. Like, I think they picked good characters to open the demo with. Mm-hmm. So,
Link, it seems like in the 3DS version now, Link has been boosted up with power. He's not as weak as in Brawl. Yeah. Or even Melee. It seems like he went back to his power in the 64 version.
Which is awesome.
That's great. Yeah. They did change up Link's
his dash A move.
Yeah, his dash A move. Instead of the lunge strike, he has this like little jump slice down.
It's a jump slash. Whereas before, Link's dash strike was kind of limiting because it wasn't really a dash strike. He would dash and then it would kind of stop him. But this actually gives him some distance, like most of the other fighters who have dash strikes. So when he goes over, you actually have a little bit more distance to do, which I think that brings a good time to talk about like how it controls on the 3DS and how different that feels.
It's a little weird, especially with the jump button.
Yeah. X and Y, they both have mapped to jump, which is the same as, you know, the GameCube controller, so that's fine. But what's strange is just like, and maybe it's just us or me or whatever, but, you know, getting used to playing it on the 3DS is just, it's odd because it's never been on a handheld, obviously. So, you know, I've played Brawl forever and a day, and I've played everything else, the other ones forever and a day. So it's just hard to get used to doing the rolling and the air dodging and everything like that.
Yeah, L and R, R is block, and L is automatic grab. Mm-hmm. So I'm so used to blocking, then pressing A to grab.
Yeah.
Instead of auto grab. So I have to get used to that again for the 3DS.
Yeah, one thing I appreciated a lot, and this is, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but I had this problem. The jump, like the up to over A moves, like for instance for Link as an example, his up to A back kicks that he does. I always had trouble executing those attacks in the old games. I don't know why. Again, could just be me. But in this, like, the 3DS analog stick it's
really
brilliant.
Smooth.
It's so smooth. Transitioning into any different attacks or trying to do some of the attacks that are harder to execute for some people, so much easier, which I think is one of the best improvements, is just how smooth the controls are for a transition to a brand new system. Like, it's just brilliant, like how smooth the transition is to that. So I really like that.
So let's talk about some of the other characters. So, like the Villager. Yeah.
Villager.
Troll.
He's
going to be a troll character.
Yeah. He's going to be one of those, like, real specialized ones, like, you have to get good with him to be good with him.
Like Game & Watch or Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
But some of his moves, you could just tell that people are going to abuse his character really well in verse battles and everything. Just like the idea of, like, if I was Link and he was the villager throwing an item at him, he could pocket that and then use it later.
And the thing is, and that's what's ridiculous about the villager is, and I don't know if he'll be banned in terms of tournaments or whatever. He might be, because that grab and put stuff in his pocket is ridiculous. Like, he can grab a fully charged Mega Man shot or a Samus shot, tuck it in his pocket, albeit he can only hold one of those items at a time.
Correct.
But if someone throws a Pokeball and you're able to pop and you snag that, that's an immediate, now it's just yours, which is kind of crazy.
Especially when you're in this battle against each other and the villager pulls something like that, like the Pokeball, and doesn't throw automatically.
You don't know when that's coming.
You have no idea when that's coming at all.
And even for what's even worse than the Pokeball is if he tucks away a fully charged shot from Mega Man. If you tuck that away and you just keep fighting and you don't throw it back out, you keep fighting. That's a really good tactic for distraction, and you just toss that out when they're least expecting it. Another move that I think is going to be, it's a hindrance and it probably could be abused in some ways, is his down B, and it's a 3-step move. His down B is first planting a sapling. Then his down B is watering the sapling. When it waters, it becomes a tree immediately. That tree, if anyone's on it, is launched.
Right.
So it's a launcher from doing that, so that's a timing thing. And then it gets complex.
Yeah. Also, once the tree is grown, I believe it takes 2 or 3
Three strikes from your axe, which then becomes your down B. Your down B becomes an axe strike, which, if anyone gets hit by the axe, also is a hit.
Right, and also the tree falls onto the character.
And it's a very heavy, heavy smash, like when that tree falls. But there are some things that can stop it, which makes it hard because it takes so long to execute this attack. Any other character can attack the tree and make it go away. But at the same time, if they come near it while you're trying to chop it down, like it's very hit or miss, and that's why we think it's going to be trolley character. Because there's going to be that one person, like they were with Snake, who could plant the bombs, jump around, do the stuff. There's going to be that one person who plants a sapling somewhere and pops it up at the last minute. Like
even like with Diddy Kong and Banana Rushing, another troll type character.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. But I mean, for Villager, that's kind of the main two things: is the pocket thing and his 3-step attack, which is kind of weird and like that's strange to have like such an elongated, drawn-out attack and stuff like that.
One thing I do really like about the Villager is his grab. The Nat, he just comes out with Nat.
He's really cool. Funny. Like, it's a really funny character. I think a good thing to talk about would be some of the changes we've noticed about the veterans' attacks, more than just with Link. So we talked about Link and his jump over A, but we noticed a couple things about Mario, too. His Flood now is a much bigger... Before, it was kind of like, it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Like, it just pushed a little bit. You could easily walk against it and not move. This... If you're on Final Destination and you push, and you use Flood, it pushes across the whole stage.
It's
like,
really...
It's one end to the other. It is a far push, so it can actually be utilized more, I think, in people that play... I don't know, I don't play Mario, but if somebody else mains Mario, it's really a lot more useful this time around, which I think is cool that they made some of the other attacks that maybe didn't have as much effect. Change that so they're actually useful and not a waste of a space.
Also, Mario's up B is a lot more fluid now as well.
Yeah, it's very focused.
It's still the coin punch, but the last coin that you hit does a little bit more damage now.
Yeah, and if you get someone, like before, it was really hard to get someone in the full coin, like bring. It was really hard to get someone in that. This time, I think the box for hitting someone in that full thing is a little bit more open. Not too much, but like just enough so that it's kind of nice. And while we're on the topic of Mario, so we had the coin, the upbeat coin thing, the Flood. Like, I think all that just adds to the fluidity of the controls, too. Like, it just makes things so much better, like, and feel a lot better. We talked about Link's changes. How about Pikachu? We noticed some changes, too. One thing that actually it kind of bothers me, but, like, I do get it, because, it's whatever. His down B, his Thunder... That is shrunk a lot.
Yeah.
Like, to hit people with that, they either have to be, like, under it or right next to you. Like, if there's someone out here, it doesn't have as much of a splash as it did in the old games at all.
Right. another change with Pikachu is his over and B, his like rocket dash. It just seems like that's a lot quicker now.
Yeah.
And a lot more powerful, and doesn't take as much time charging that up either.
Yeah, they fixed that, like, that whole move is just, like, way better, the rocket and stuff like that. And also with the Thunder move, when he uses the Thunder, I don't know if you noticed this when you were playing Pikachu at all, there's, like, a delay. Like, he's stuck in it for a second so that you can't spam it. So you can't, like, you can't be like, Thunder, Thunder, Thunder. You use Thunder and you shock and then you move. It doesn't damage like it did Pichu. It doesn't damage yourself at all. But there's like a slight delay in it afterwards, so you can't just use it right after itself.
Now, another change with Pikachu is his final smash. He still has the electric ball.
So much better.
Yeah, it works a lot better. And also there's a little purple ball
which is caught by Sir Bullet William here.
That is outside of that original blue ball. Right. That purple ball is your directional pad. So anywhere you direct that purple, the blue ball will follow.
Yeah, so that's actually what you're controlling, but it's way smoother, whereas in Brawl, like, you might as well not have controlled it at all. It just did what it wanted, you know, whatever like that.
Yeah, I had difficulty in Brawl.
Using for sure. Yeah, I didn't like using Pikachu's Final Smash in that because it's insane. Like,
right.
I don't think there was anything too much else with Pikachu that I remember.
No.
But there was something else I think I wanted to mention with Link. Oh, that's right. One more change with Link is his grab, which I'm so glad they fixed. Because
this is great.
In Melee, I loved playing Link. He was my main in Melee, loved him. But then in Brawl, I couldn't stand playing as him. One of the reasons was because of his grab, because it had such a delay if you missed.
Yeah.
If you missed, you were just getting wrecked afterwards, for the most part. Unless you were really, 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 really good with Link, which I was not. But in this, it's still the claw shot launch out, but it just launches straight out and comes back. It doesn't launch and land on the ground and have like a 2-second delay.
Right.
So it's just...
It's a lot quicker, and you could recover a lot faster if it doesn't hit.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like that they cut a lot of the stuff that just caused all the delays and all the cutbacks and all the stuff like that, so it can be a more smooth fighting thing. And kind of side note fun fact, I know this is kind of common knowledge to anyone following the information on this game, but for anyone who doesn't know, they did remove, thank the Smash Brothers gods, they removed the slipping.
Yes. So far, there's no slipping.
No slipping at all, so you're not running and just falling for the sake of falling, which is ridiculous.
Because that was a huge game changer, especially like, you know, 4-stock, 12-minute Final Destination, no items, you and your buddy like duking it out. Last stock each, 75%.
Yeah.
And someone slips and the other person KOs.
Yeah.
And that is complete bull.
Yeah, it's not
very
fair,
frustrating.
It's ridiculous, and so they took that out. In terms of changes, I think that's pretty much it. But I think it'd be cool to talk about
the stages and items.
Stages, yeah. The first thing that I noticed about the stages, which I showed you today,
right,
was you obviously in the demo you only have Battlefield. That's the only one you can play. But we got a taste of changing the stage to its final destination form. So you hover over the stage and there's a little. Oh, people are going to shoot me. No, I know. It's Omega, because Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Pokemon. There's a little Omega symbol if you hit X on the stage, and it changed it to the Final Destination version. But not only that, it changes it so there's no items.
Right.
So it basically makes it, aside from the stock and whatever like that, aside from what rules you're playing, it makes it tournament ready.
Correct.
Like, it's not just Final Destination version looks-wise. It's like, turns off items, whatever, makes it just you fighting, which I think is really cool, and it's a small change, but it makes for faster
playing. It's faster playing.
Get into the game.
And you're not staring at the same stage over and over and over again. You have different backgrounds.
You can change it up,
yes.
And I'm sure that when the game comes out, you'll be able to have the Final Destination version with items all the same.
Right.
But when you do the Omega version of it, which I'm just calling it the Omega version, I don't know if that's official, but when you do Omega version, it's Final Destination, no items, like straight up. So, and for info's sake, when you play the demo you are limited to 2-minute time limit matches.
Right.
And that's it. You can't change for stock or anything like that. But, items?
Yeah, items. The items so far, I'm a big Galaga fan, and knowing that Namco helped create the new Smash Bros., you know, Pac-Man is a playable character.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
We'll tag it.
Yeah. There are Namco items, and one is one of the evil Galaga ships, and it's great. That brings back a lot of great childhood memories.
Yeah.
And the sweet thing is, once you grab that item and throw it against someone, it does damage. Then it lifts up to the stage, flies around a little bit, tries to find that character that you hit with, comes back down, does its beam, traps that character, and starts heading upward. Yeah. Now, I found out so far the least amount of percent so far for an automatic kill with that Galaga ship is 45%. I don't know if it's lower than that, but once that Galaga ship grabs you and you're above 45%, it's an automatic KO.
Now, I've noticed something else about the ship that I'm not sure you noticed, and if anybody else knows this, please let us know, because I don't really know the details of it if you've tried the demo. But before you pick up the item, if you hit it, it's like you shot it in the game and it turns blue. So
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
If you hit the ship, it turns dark blue like you hit it in the game. And then I don't know if that increases the likelihood of an instant kill or if I don't know what it does. But I know you can hit it prior, and I'm thinking it does, increase likelihood of killing. But it's really cool. Because I didn't do it first. A computer did it on me. I had a level 9 computer. They hit it with the sword. It was Link, picked it up, and then threw it at me. And I was like, what? It was so cool.
That's really cool.
That's one of the coolest items, but...
let's talk about the Pokemon balls.
The Pokeballs.
They did do a change with the Pokemon balls, and this is great.
Yeah.
So instead of just the regular Pokeball, you have a Master Ball now as well.
Yeah, it'll almost always have a legendary in it, from what I read online.
Yes. So this creates a whole new standard of people chasing after that one item. It's like
people like Pokeballs before.
Now having a Master Ball and almost like a guarantee legendary, it's going to create even more chaoticness.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
it's going to be great.
I'm just saying, I really hope that there is a chance that when you throw the Master Ball, a Magikarp comes out. Like, something funny like that. I just really hope, a Master Ball!
Yeah. Like Goldeen.
Goldeen or Magikarp, something. Like, it'd be the funniest thing ever. And so, I noticed this today in our match or whatever, the Master Ball will almost always have a legendary, and I got one in a match I played yesterday, and I got Arceus. Now, you picked up a Pokeball, threw it out, and it was Arceus.
Right.
So, the Pokeballs can still have legendaries in them, but the Master Balls have a higher likelihood of having them.
Correct.
So, again, it just puts a whole new, like, if you play with items, it's just crazy wants for the Pokeballs in all kinds of different ways. So that's just going to be really fun and really interesting.
There's other new items, such as Bullet Bill.
So good.
It's great.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You pick that up, you press B to use it, and it just, this Bullet Bill, you turn into a Bullet Bill and it runs straight across the screen. Yeah. And it does massive damage.
And it's Mario Kart style Bullet Bill, like you would use it and you turn into it, like you said. And I noticed this too because I used it a couple times yesterday. When you use it, it launches you pretty far. So like if you're on Battlefield, tiny stage, and you launch off stage, there's a kickback to it. So when you explode, you bounce backwards. So you don't like super have to recover from it a lot. So if you're using it on the edge, you can bounce back and probably save yourself pretty well. One of the items I wanted to talk about that's just a really cool one is, and I don't know what it's from, so if anyone knows what it's from,
please
let us know. In Brawl we had the I'm knocking stuff. There's the 3-piece Kirby Air Ride ship. So you had to find the 3 pieces. Once you collected them, you get to launch it at the screen wherever you aim. In this game, there's another 3-piece item, which I haven't looked up what it's from. We don't know.
Right.
Let us know.
It's a comment below.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is.
It's
a
3-piece gun. And it's huge. Like, you make the gun, and when you launch it, it's like Samus's Final Smash, but worse.
Yeah, because it's brutal.
It's the heavy-hitting, insta-kill sound, bat to the face kind of stuff. So, and it's whoever you catch in it is dying.
It's screwed.
So if it's you and you hit 3 people, they're gone. So you hold on to it, similar movements to when you have the charge-up beam gun. You make the 3 pieces, and you hit it, and it's an instant fire, and it just launches you. But we would love to know what that's from.
Yeah, so please comment below, tell us what it is, that'd be great.
And there's also, which I really like, because one of my favorite things about the original Smash and Melee was the beam sword. That's always been my favorite item. And so in this game, they have some more sword/hand-grabbing, simple-to-use items.
Yeah.
Like the fire stick from Mario, so good.
That's
it's
really
basically
cool.
a fire sword. Perfect. And there's another one, also don't know what it's from, probably should. We're not doing good on the nerd points today.
I'm assuming it's from Xeno.
Yeah, I think it's probably from Xenoblade. It's a big, giant, rock-looking thing, and when you swing it, it's a heavy-hitting sword thing on its own, but then it launches a giant gust of wind.
It almost reminds me of the sword from Soul Calibur, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. It reminds it's not pointy, but it has the eye on it and whatever. Yeah. But that's one of my favorite items because it's like a double hitting thing. You don't have to hit someone with it because it launches the gust regardless. But if you hit somebody and then gust them, it's crazy. It's a crazy hit. Go ahead.
Let's see here.
There's other items.
Other items such as assist trophies.
Oh, the assist trophies, yeah.
They did change the look of the assist trophies now. Yeah. Instead of like the gold bottom with the white.
Which just the simple looking.
Yeah. Now there's like a little person inside.
Shadow.
Shadow of whatever. So far, when I was playing, I've released Andros, so I'm so happy Andros is back. Yeah. I love that. Lynn from Fire Emblem, phenomenal. She's also
always a good one.
Great character. Let's see here.
The Pong.
Oh, Pong.
Pong is hilarious.
That is great. Because it also keeps score, too.
It does. It keeps score of whatever is happening, which is hilarious. Unfortunately, Nintendogs make a return, which is a nuisance, and it's very obnoxious when you get that.
Well, at least Rossetti isn't back to our knowledge so far.
I do know some other ones that are going to be in the game that weren't there, so spoilers. Don't listen to this part, but spoilers if you don't want to know. Skull Kid is going to be an assist trophy.
Okay.
And there's a couple more that I'm forgetting, but I know Skull Kid, and I know, so kind of minor spoilers, never mind. But there's some other really cool ones coming up that they didn't have in the demo because the demo's kind of limited. So, the assist trophies are going to be like so good. The items are all, insanely awesome. Like, I don't know. And one thing I noticed that's a change about kind of the transition from items into, more, well, back to players in a way, but there's something in this game that when you reach a certain percent, I think it's above 100, I don't remember, when you're like, if somebody could poke you and you'd explode, you start steaming.
Right.
Like, you turn a very, very faint red shade, and puffs of smoke come out all over you. So if you're in, which is good or bad depending on your perspective, if you're in a 4-person match, you can tell who needs to die.
Right.
And there's that one person who's been running around and got up to 200%, they're going to be puffing smoke like crazy. So,
Another awesome thing with the 3DS version of this is that if you do like a smash attack on a character with high percent, there's that beam that shoots out from you when you do a smash attack to show it's an automatic kill, so there is no recovery.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. I noticed that too. Like, it's a beam. I don't know how else to describe it. You hit and there's like a beam on either side. It's like kind of a burst.
Yeah.
It's a burst from your character and then you launch. So and admittedly, like, it just looks cool for visual sake. Like, the launching and everything just looks so much better, even on the 3DS. So we can't even wait for the Wii U version.
Yeah,
it's just going to be so fantastic. I mean, I don't know if there's is there anything else you can think of to talk about that we missed?
Let's see here. We've done some of the items.
Character changes.
Well, just the layout of the game so far is actually, it's really cool. In the demo version, you have solo and multiplayer. So yes, you could smash with other people.
Yeah,
so that's great. I really like that. You can access 5 characters so far.
Which we talked about the 5 characters.
Once, or I would say 1.5 stage.
Yeah.
Because you have Battlefield and then the Final Destination version of Battlefield.
The cool part is, though, while you can only select 5 characters, you can see the starting roster, which is really big, like, for a starting roster. So, we'll let you guys check videos on that if you want to see the starting roster. We won't talk about, like, who's in it, in case you haven't been spoiled yet. But the stages, there's 1.5 stages.
Right.
But you can also view all the other stages, which look cool.
Except for the unlockables.
Right, except for the ones that will come later. But there's a good amount of beginning stages that you can see. And they're really good. Like,
I'm really excited.
Corneria from way back from
Smash
way back is in there in the starter thing. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be in the starter or if they're going to have a section for old stages or whatever. But in the demo, it's on there as one of the starting lineup stages. There's a couple really cool Animal Crossing stages. There's a couple really cool Zelda stages.
They brought back the N64. No, not N64.
Melee?
Melee. Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, Jungle Japes.
Yep.
Yeah, Jungle Jape stages in there. And there's also going to be...
yeah, it was in 64 as well.
There's also going to be... different, for anyone who doesn't know, there's going to be different stages for the 3DS version and the Wii U version. So, again, minor spoilers. One of the stages in the 3DS version for Zelda is Spirit Tracks. So it's kind of similar to like the F-Zero stage where you're on the cars and you moving as the cars move. You're on the train, like from Zelda Spirit Tracks as you go. And then I know in the Wii U version there's going to be Skyloft from Skyward Sword as a stage. So there's going to be different ones for each game. And fun fact that we learned from the demo, again, spoiler-ish, there is a menu button that we can't touch yet that says Connect to Wii U. So presumably you will be able to fight or connect in some way cross-system. Right. I don't know if that's just for stuff or if you'll be able to actually connect and fight or how that's going to work.
I don't know if that's with Nintendo's making those little figure. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be crossed with the 3DS or not.
Well, I found something out recently that the new 3DSs they're coming out with, that they're calling new 3DS. You can look more up on that.
Yeah,
but
it has a C-stick.
Yeah, it has like an extra C-stick. There's new buttons. It's a whole new system, but mostly the same. It's Nintendo's being weird again. But that is going to be compatible with Amiibo. Okay. So if you get the Amiibo characters for the Wii U when it comes out, you'll also be able to use them on the 3DS as well. The new 3DS. Not the current ones that are out like this one, but the new ones. And, North America's not going to be getting those probably till like next year anyway. So it's going to be a while before they come out. But yeah, that sort of wraps up, everything that we found about the demo. Kind of to bring it all together. Awesome changes, awesome items, and I think it's just going to be really cool.
So, if you want to know more about Smash Brothers and other games, like the ones behind me, hit like, subscribe, and keep watching.
And remember that we do have, the demo comes out for everyone on the 19th, but we do have one demo code available. So if you see this video and you like it, and if you like and comment on the video, we'll pick from the people that liked and comment, and we'll send you guys that code.
Yep.
So enjoy, and we'll hopefully see you next time.
Yep.
Cool. Adios.